So here's our 2015 Ford F550 rollback flatbed. Now this truck here does have the 6.7 diesel engine. The PTO is active right now. That way when I get back there to the controls, I can show you that the bed works just fine. Now this truck here actually did have right front damage. The hood, I believe, yeah, the hood was replaced on this one. The fender was replaced. You can see they didn't quite get it perfectly matched up there. That'd be about the only flaw in the truck, is that right there. Other words, going around the front, all the cooling was replaced. Of course, the grill, the front bumper, pretty much just this corner right here. There was no damage, you know, pretty much from right about here this way. Go ahead and I'll shut the hood for you. See, the hood shuts just fine. The tires, I think somebody played switcheroo before we bought the truck, because the front tires were bald. So I think somebody took the front rims and tires off, because you can see these rims here, they're a little bit more scuffed up than a truck. You know, being a 2015 with only about 13,000 miles, you think those rims would look brand new, but these are the rims that came on the truck. You can see there's just some discoloration there. And since the tires were bald, we had brand new tires put on the front, so they're brand spanking new. Going back here to the bed, you can see right here, actually this was our mistake. We had some parts draped over the front of the bed, and when one of my guys ran the bed forward, it actually kinked the back of the cab there just a little bit. Stainless steel 4-foot toolboxes. Now none of our chains, of course the cable is going to come with the truck, but none of our chains itself go with the truck. These stay with us. Vulcan bed LED light bar up there. I'll turn those lights on here in a few minutes. Now these are the rear tires. These rear tires came on the truck, so these may be the original tires. They're in really great shape yet. Lots of tread life left there. However, all the way around this truck they have aluminum rims except for this rim. This is a steel rim. Don't know what happened there either. So I don't know if somebody damaged it or if somebody played switcheroo. You know, whoever owned this truck before we did. I'm guessing that's what happened. But that's a steel rim. All the other rims on the truck are, the outside rims are all steel, or I'm sorry, aluminum. And there was no damage over here whatsoever. Again, brand new tire, aluminum rims. Come on in here. I'll activate the lights, hit the parking brake so the high idle goes up. I don't know how well you can see the lights, but they're all amber. Now usually the flashing lights don't show up very well on a digital camera, but I've been using this truck every day since the truck was built. No issues with it whatsoever. Of course, you can see the bed is now down. You can see the winch works. I might get the cable secured there, so I don't want to go too much on the winch, but I promise the winch works just fine. And then the wheel lift. Go ahead and shut all the lights off. Turn the high idle down. I suppose some of you might want to know exactly what the high idle goes up to. Here I just activated the high idle. You can see it's default to about 1200 RPMs there. It's just the force switch, turns your PTO off, and then your high idle still keeps going, or deactivates here with the parking brake. I'll go ahead and shut that off. Now, I do have 2 keys for the truck, as you can see. I'll go ahead and open up the door for you, shut the door, and I'll do a fresh restart just so you can see I don't clear anything. My hand's here, of course the other one's holding the camera. The only light that's on is the one telling me to put my seatbelt on right there. I'll go ahead and do that. You can see the seatbelt goes out. I roll up my window. Now these windows, they are tinted aftermarket. I know you can't tell temperature, but I can promise you the AC works just fine. Of course, wipers work good. Of course, that window over there goes up and down just fine. You got power mirrors. They're not power folding, but they are power mirrors. Of course, down here we have cup holder, power port, another power port over here. I believe that's traction control. Go ahead and move my stuff here. Nope. This one here looks like we do have an owner's manual to the truck. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. Current mileage on the truck is 13,937 miles. We'll go for just a little test drive. Here's looking at the bed out the back window. The truck needs absolutely nothing. Runs and drives great. I take that back. There is one little thing it kind of needs. We put the brand new tires on the front of this truck, and the day we did it, our tire place here in town, their wheel balancer broke, and they were not able to balance the front tires of this truck. So we didn't do anything to the rear tires. They were left alone on this vehicle. But if you're fussy, you should probably balance the front tires if you can find a place that balances these large 19.5-inch wheels. Usually it's pretty common, but unfortunately their machine is down, and they said it's going to probably be 2-3 weeks before they get that machine back up and running, before they can actually get it to balance these front tires. Of Radio works just fine. We're doing about highway speeds here. A little bumpy stretch of road. Got a smooth patch coming up there in the road, and you can see the light gray. Right about here is as smooth as we're going to get for a little bit. See, I'm letting go of the steering wheel, not touching it. We're going straight down the road. Drives really smooth. No squeaks or rattles or clunks or anything like that. Just my phone beeping over there. Apologize for that. Now here at 60 miles an hour, I don't feel any vibrations from the front tires at all, you know, for them being out of balance. I guess I'm just a little bit pickier than your average person. Most people probably wouldn't balance 19.5-inch wheels maybe, but I definitely would. You know, even on the rears I definitely would, just to make sure everything's on the up and up. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. I would recommend it. Usually only costs, you know, 10 to 20 bucks or so a tire. Here's a pretty decent straight stretch of road. You can see my hands here, not touching the steering wheel at all. Still going straight down the road. Now, the other day I had this out on the interstate, and you know, right around 70, 75 you could feel, you know, on a perfectly smooth road. If you had, you know, kind of a little bit of a bumpy interstate, you wouldn't notice it at all. But if you had a brand new interstate somewhere, you would feel a little bit of bumps or the out of balance front tires, but it's not bad. But that'd be about the only thing I can tell you you'd have to do to this truck. It has been inspected by the state of Minnesota. It has a prior salvage, Minnesota prior salvage title, so it will transfer just like any clear title into your state, even if you're not a Minnesota resident. You won't need to do anything special whatsoever. Just transfer it just like you would any other clean title car. We do have the repair receipts, you know, if you want them for your own personal records. You won't need them for your own for transferring in your home state at all. But in the event you want them just for your own records, or you know, should you ever decide to sell this truck and you want to show somebody proof and whatnot, of course we're more than happy to give you that stuff as well. Total of our test drive here is probably going to be, by the time we're all said and done, it'll be about 10 miles or so. Now, of course, you're more than happy to fly in, or you know, drive a car, put it on the back of the bed and drive it back. The only problem with it is we cannot give you a temporary permit if you are going to tow a vehicle back. Our permits are for transportation use only, so hypothetically, you know, if you live in South Dakota or Iowa or somewhere like that, and you're just you live close enough where you want to drive here, you know, put your vehicle on the back of the bed and then drive the truck back to your home state or wherever you're from, technically my permit's not good for that. You know, if DOT pulls you over, or police or anything like that, you know, you can get in a lot of trouble, and so can I. So I can't allow you to tow a vehicle back, but you know, if you wanted to have somebody drive a vehicle up and then you know, they wanted to drive separately back with the truck, you know, just until you get your own home plates for it, then you got no problems whatsoever. See, here we're on a nice smooth stretch of road. I'll let go of the steering wheel, I'm not touching it, and you can see the steering wheel's not shimmying or anything like that. Here's a curve.